This is the Delux M800. It looks exactly like a VIPER Ultimate. It's light, has impressive specs, and most importantly, it only costs 40 Singapore dollars. So the question is, should you buy it? Well, it's actually quite impressive, so maybe. Let's start off with the design. Well, there's not much to here to say except it's a VIPER Ultimate lookalike. It's wireless, has a USB-C port on the front, has RGB on the back, and has rubber on the sides, which is actually better than the VIPER Mini. It's got two thumb buttons on the left, a DPI switching button behind the scroll wheel, and the other buttons all where you expect them to be. There's RGB behind the logo on the back of the mouse too, so if you think you were missing out on that by going with a cheap clone alternative, well, you aren't. Although I'll probably leave it off to save power because it is a wireless mouse operating on battery. In terms of build, it's surprisingly good. It definitely has a few creaks and rattles here and there, like a retired rugby player's joints, and the sensor noise is quite noticeable. If you shake it, there's a bit of rattle, but it's quite well put together for what it is. So what is it? Well, let's move on to the performance side of things. In terms of the grip, which is arguably one of the most essential aspects of any gaming mouse ever, its identical reproduction of the curves of the VIPER seriously does well, which is quite unsurprising. Being the same as the VIPER also makes it easy to recommend too. If you like the VIPER, you're gonna like this. If you don't know what the VIPER feels like, you can go down to an electronic shops that have gaming mice on display, and chances are you'll probably be able to find a VIPER on display because they're so common, and you'll be able to see whether this mouse is right for you. It is, however, slightly smaller than the VIPER Ultimate and slightly larger than the VIPER Mini, so it kind of slots in between, but you should be fine if you like either of those mice. In words though, since I'm sure some of you are super lazy and can't be bothered to find a VIPER to try, the M800 has a generously symmetrical design with grooves on the sides and the tops that aren't super deep, so it's clearly more for a claw style grip, but it's actually good for palm too. For my hands, which are about 174 by 98mm in size, it's a clear claw/fingertip grip mouse. And because the mouse hump isn't too steep, if you have smaller hands, it's actually okay for palm style grips too, and I do find myself using it with the palm grip when I'm being a little bit more lazy. Here's the mouse beside the G305 and the Basilisk X Hyperspeed to give you an understanding of what the sizing of this gaming mouse is like. The clicks are also excellent on this, with the two main most important switches being Kyle GM 3.0 red switches. They are very even throughout, extremely crisp feeling, and very satisfying even after a few weeks of use. Dare I say it's even better than the industry standard on-runs, which IMO, they are definitely an upgrade over what you find in the VIPERs, and I think that's saying a lot. It's quite evenly weighted throughout the click as well, unlike the side clicks which feel much cheaper and not as satisfying, although the treble is more than on-run switches, so prepare to work out your fingers slightly more. I guess the two main switches are the most important, but still, the side buttons, on the other hand, feel definitely very underwhelming. The scroll wheel is nice too, quite light but well balanced with nice rubber grips, and there is a satisfying click, unlike the rattly, loose, unsatisfying, clunky side buttons. So that's good. Internally, the M800DB, this is the particular model, is excellent as well. This mouse comes with one of two sensor options. Now, I chose the PAW3335 version, and you should too since it's only a couple dollars pricier and substantially better than the other one that's available. This sensor is pretty much a low power version of the PMW3389, a perfect sensor. And once again, for those toxic silvers in the back, if you can't aim with this, you can't aim. However, apparently artings.com says that the M800 has a very inconsistent implementation of this sensor, whatever that means, and its click latency is high. I personally couldn't tell though, and it should be okay, especially in-game. As for artings.com saying that this sensor is inconsistent, I think the only thing I can kind of fathom from their website as to what they mean by inconsistent, and it has inconsistencies in its CPI relative to what's perfect CPI. So 400 CPI on this mouse might be slightly different to 400 CPI on a better, more calibrated mouse, for example. But as far as I can tell, it's something that you can get used to. The sensor is perfectly fine, and I never found it once impeding my aim or impeding my performance. Maybe if you're an extreme high performance gamer, then that might be a problem. But if you're an extreme high performance gamer, then you're probably the kind of person to spend $200 on a VIPER Ultimate or a G Pro Superlight. For the casual gamer or for anyone who's kind of below MGE in CSGO, you're not gonna notice any issues with the Delux M800 on the sensor side of things. It's more than enough, and it's more about your mechanical aim than anything, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm just interjecting to say, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and follow me on Instagram and join my Discord, because the 10,000 subscriber giveaway is coming really soon, and it's going to be a massive giveaway. I'm going to give away like many keyboards, many different things. So you want to make sure that you join the party, subscribe, follow, and join my Discord before I hit 10k subs, because once I hit 10k subs, I'm going to stop all entries. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to basically reward my existing viewers and not use giveaways as a way to draw in new subscribers, because subscribers you draw in from giveaways, they don't stick around and they don't watch your videos. I just want to reward you guys, the viewers, have always stick with me. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and join my Discord before I hit 10k subs to get 2 extra entries to the giveaway. The main thing for me though is that this mouse does feel a little bit laggy when swinging about in daily use. Even with polling rate at 1000 Hz on a 280 Hz monitor, it does feel a little bit laggy, which is weird when I'm on the home screen and on the desktop, because this is completely unnoticeable when I'm playing games. And I think that's pretty interesting. Maybe if I have a slow-mo camera, I'll be able to test that out. Speaking of connectivity, the mouse connects to your PC via a standard USB receiver with no option for Bluetooth. You can run it in wired mode as well if desired, though I find it weird that you have to use 2 different mouse profiles for wired and wireless mode. So you're gonna have to set it up twice in its software for when you plug it in and when you're running it unplugged. Its software is pretty good though. It's simple and functional, non-intrusive, and once set you can forget about it, unlike our dear enemy G-Hub. However, there are 2 concerns with its connectivity. Number 1, it does not support Bluetooth, which admittedly some people do care about. Number 2, the connection of this mouse is easily disrupted by interference. I noted when the receiver was far away, there's a lot of stuttering and lag issues, and other people in my comment section have talked about this as well. Using a USB extension cable and moving the receiver closer to the mouse, I ended up fixing this issue very easily. Considering you can get a USB extension cable for like $2, not a big deal to me, but it might be a little bit hassle, and it would be nice if Delux could include that in the box. Weight-wise, it's pretty light at 70 grams, and it glides smoothly on the included feet. And there are extra feet in the box that you can replace it with. However, that feet is pretty stiff and sharp on the edges initially and might get caught on cloth mouse pads, but after a day or 2 I found that it will wear down and become smooth and be all fine. Just initially it will feel like it's catching onto the mouse pad a little bit. In terms of battery life, well, it definitely does last longer than most of my viewers would probably do, with a healthy battery life of about a week between charges. That's with RGB turned off, and with daily sessions of use of about 4 to 5 hours every day. This mouse does go to sleep to save power when not in use so as to last longer, so that is definitely a beneficial feature. And with that, that's pretty much all aspects of the mouse covered. Is the Delux M800 a good buy? I think conclusively I have to say that it's awesome. Sure, it lacks certain refinements and absolute technical perfection with its inconsistent sensor that the VIPER Ultimate has, but you can save $200 going with this instead. And for the price that this goes for, the amount of mouse and quality of mouse that you get is actually frankly insane. So if this mouse is the right shape for you, this is definitely a good choice. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. As I said just now, make sure you follow me on Instagram and join my Discord if you are already subscribed, because once I hit 10,000 subscribers, that will be kind of the deadline where I draw the line and end the giveaway to basically all my followers and stuff. So you can't join once I hit 10k subs, so make sure you join before that happens. And this 10k subscriber giveaway is going to be massive, with like I think 2-3 mechanical keyboards, gaming headset probably, and maybe a gaming mouse thrown in there, and a bunch of keycap sets and whatever I can get my hands on, maybe sponsors, all that stuff. I would arrange and basically do a massive giveaway, but it will only be for concurrent existing supporters of the channel, and because I want to reward my existing viewers. So make sure you're an existing supporter and existing viewer, subscribe, like, you know, join my Discord, all those stuff. That's how you take part in the giveaway before the deadline hits. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Adios, 再见.